Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas video. So today we'll be taking a look at Temur Ren and 6 deck in Thomas format. So we took a look at Ren and 6 deck with Jund last time, and this time around we're going to be taking a look at Temur, which has some very cool new techs that you might not have seen before. So obviously, as the name suggests, Ren and 6 is going to be our pivotal card in this deck, and the way we're going to be winning with the Ren and 6 is going to be through getting back the strip mines a bunch of times. But that's going to be a little bit boring if that's all I'm going to be doing. So we're going to be adding a little bit of a spice with the new card from Alchemy set called the Hydroponics Architect. This card could be insane and has a very good synergy with the Ren and 6. So Hydroponics Architect is a 1-mana 1/2 flying creature. Whenever this creature attacks a random land card in your library, perpetually becomes a basic island in addition to its other types, and gains the ability when this land enters, draw a card. So by itself, it doesn't sound that good on paper because it's just going to hit a random land, which means like you have to dig through your entire deck to get to your lands. Well, that's not exactly the case because we are playing in a fetch land format. What that means is any fetch land becomes draw a card, which is absolutely insane. Not to mention, the fact that this card could also hit a fetch land or a strip mine means that you can fetch another fetch, or you can fetch a strip mine onto the battlefield, which is essentially basically a tutor spell. And of course, the fact that this is a blue mana card and a 1-mana card at that, you can also sacrifice the Flare of Denial, which is a very good bonus considering that Flare of Denial is one of the only 0-mana counter spells in the game. So here's the kicker. If this lands on one of our lands, such as the fetch lands or the strip mine, what ends up happening with those cards is that you can crack them, which means that they are going to go into the graveyard. What that means is if you have Ren and 6 ever on the battlefield, you can get back one of those lands, which means every time you get back a strip mine with the Ren and 6, you're going to be drawing a card. So along with the Ren and 6, we also have the Wary Zone Guard that can also get back a land from the graveyard. So that is going to draw you a card as well. So we have some really cool synergy going on here, which allows the deck to play 4 copies of Flare of Denial and a way to draw cards through just fetching a bunch of cards. So everything that I said probably seems really good on paper, but there is a slight bit of a problem with this deck, and that is because we are playing a Temur deck. Temur decks have a very hard time answering big creatures. So we're gonna need to rely on Oko and some bounce spells. So we have 2 copies of Brazen Borrowers in the sideboard as a result, and 2 copies of Oko in the main deck. So having said that, I'm gonna be hopping over to some Thomas Versus 3 to show you guys what the deck does. So let's hop on over. Alright. So we got a pretty cool hand here. We got a Stifle, like turn 1 Stifle plus a Strip Mine. I think that's definitely something that we can do. Or we leave up a Stifle and then go straight into Oko the next turn. We got some choices here. So Godless Shrine, I don't know what that could be. I think I'm just going to play Strip Mine. That is very tempting when you have a Strip Mine. Seems like they're trying to get out a 3-mana card, right? Yeah, seems like they're trying to get out a 3-mana card here. Dedicated Dollmaker. Dedicated Dollmaker. Wow, so we didn't draw a land here. Kind of sad. think I'm just gonna go ahead and play Oko.
Choking out lies.
So what I could have done... I mean, I just completely sequenced it wrong, right? Like, if I knew Renin 6 was gonna come out, maybe I could have, like... I should have brainstormed first when they were blinking with the dedicated dollmaker, right? No, I couldn't have done that because I was tapped out. Because that was a turn when I played a Stifle on the Chrome Mox. So this isn't good. This isn't good because...
Let's broaden your existence.
Okay. Need a fetch land. Need a fetch land. So whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player... The thing is, if I block the dedicated dollmaker, then I can't block the Baragoyf. So I think I have to do that.
So it's a game you're interested in.
Okay, we got another strip mine. Make a food token. I feel like I could wait on the strip mine, but because I have a Renin 6, like if I just find the fetch land, I feel like we should be good to go. So they're trying to blink my Chrome Mox, maybe? Okay, so they got... Alright. And then into a Bowmaster.
You are fouler than a fiend.
They got me. Blink this! Blink my Chrome Mox! They shouldn't have attacked with this. That was definitely a good play.
This is my cue to exit.
Seems like they have another Orcish Bowmaster. So, let's say I get rid of opponent's Orcish Bowmaster. Or should I grab a land? I mean, I already have 3 lands. I feel like we should just get rid of this Orcish Bowmaster for our like future turns. Okay, opponent wasted that. Because I'm just attacking since I'm not going to be blocking for the Renin 6. So we have 2 lands that draws us a card. We just need to find 1 fetch land and we can draw a bunch of cards. So I think I'm gonna pass because it could be an Orcish Woolmaster. It's not. Okay. So we top an Oko. Wow, this card got hit twice? What? That's kind of crazy. Also, the fact that they got a Felia means that how do we defend against this with an Oko? Right? Oh, that's pretty funny. So draw a bunch of cards. We need to get a way to get rid of this. There we go. We found a lightning bolt. We did find a lightning bolt there. So we can lightning bolt. Eat the food, maybe? Because with the Felia around, it's gonna be pretty difficult to, like, get this thing going. 2-4. So we take 4 damage. I think we just pass. I guess I'm grabbing a mountain no matter what here. It's kind of perfect. So we also have a Flare of Denial to counter anything that comes out here. It was a grief. Oh, do they have a reanimate? Oh, man. So it's pretty good. So we had no chance. Yeah, we didn't have a chance. Man, the fact that they had a grief and a reanimate there, pretty good. So we're playing against like some sort of a reanimator deck. Hearse is gonna be good. Stern Scolding is gonna be pretty good. I think Spell Pierce can probably come out. I'm not sure about the Brazen Bee. Surgical could be pretty good. So let's get rid of... So Tamio is actually not that great because they have Felia. But I mean, we only played 2 copies of it. I'm gonna trim some... Shield Back and Flare of Denial. That was a close game. That was a very close game. Alright. Do we go for Tamio first or the Hydroponics? That is a question. I think we go with the Temur first because we have a Brainstorm.
If you need me, I'll be in the library.
So they got rid of a Grief, which probably means that they also have a Grief, potentially. Brainstorm. This seems like an Orcish Bowmaster. Should I just play this? If it's an Orcish Bowmaster? Because I'm not going to be transforming no matter what. Alright. Yep, they definitely have an Orcish Bowmaster. They definitely have an Orcish Bowmaster. Oh, it was a Disruptor Flute. Alright. Pretty sick. Let's attack. Brainstorm. A Solitude. So here's the thing. If I Brainstorm in response to this, there's a good chance opponent has, like, you know, an Orcish Bowmaster coming out. Alright, we have a Strip Mine. And a Chrome Mox. No, I want to top maybe a Wary Zone Guard. Let's see what happens. Let's get rid of this. I am gonna see if opponent has an Orcish Bowmaster. Okay. Let's hide the Lightning Bolt that we're gonna cast. We're not drawing our fetch lands. What happened? I definitely feel like they do have a Orcish Bowmaster, though. I feel like they do. Oh, I just tapped it wrong. They don't have an Orcish Bowmaster. I smell Ophelia. No? What's going on? Just one fetch land would go so hard because I attacked with the Architect so many times, right? Like, any fetch land will do. Like, we're gonna draw so many cards. We are gonna draw so many cards. Oh, maybe what they have is like Ephemerate or something like that, right? Hey, a forest that draws a card. That's a good deal. That is a good deal. So I can strip mine, or I can try to draw a lot of cards. I feel like I just try to draw a lot of cards. You know? Another flute. That is fine. No, if they wanna, you know, call that, that's 100% fine. I'm okay with that. So that's why they can't really do much, I'm guessing. Let's just draw another card. So they had a grief. I guess I'm gonna be using my lightning bolt on the solitude so that ephemerate doesn't happen. Oh my god. That's funny. It all hit Misty Rainforest when they have a Disruptor Flute? Sure. Okay. But like I said, this card is crazy. This card is crazy. So they're bringing a lot of artifacts. They even have a Chrome Mox. Maybe I want to have a Force of Vigor. Potentially. Seems like not a too bad of an idea. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go down on Flare of Denial. So far, this match has been pretty interesting. Alright. Kind of a sick hand. Kind of a sick hand. We can have a turn 1 Ren and 6. We can definitely have a turn 1 Ren and 6 here. Godless Shrine. And pass a turn. Breeding Pool. Chrome Mox. Ren and 6. Get back the Scalding Tarn. That is so sick. That is so sick. Okay, reanimate. A little bit rude. Into a Chrome Mox as well. So a 2-mana card about to come out. So maybe we can like call it even and then Ren has kind of done its job. We can leave up a Flare of Denial or, you know, Stern Scolding. What to do? Because I don't think I'm gonna be playing Oko without leaving up like a Bolt or Stern Scolding here. Okay. So opponent also doesn't play anything. Let's see where they attack. Do they kill the Ran? Or do they hit my face? I think this is completely okay. Because Ran gave me like 2 cards. Okay, so we have a Hydroponics Architect. I kind of want to, like, before I set up an Oko, multiple things to do here. If I expect an Ephemerate, I have to play this first so that we can leave up a Flare of Denial for the Oko. On the Troll, if I expect anything else, or I can just play this and then pass. That's also an option. Just take another 6. We shall see. A Disruptor Flute. Disruptor Flute. Chrome Mox is actually kind of sick with the Oko, but I don't think I care too much. Oh, that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. I think I messed up then. Because I can't kill that. I think I might have made a mistake. Darn. I'm gonna lose. Unless I top deck another Lightning Bolt. So it was a Disruptor Flute, huh? Alright, GG's. There was a way out, right? Because when I played the Hydroponics Architect, they played a Disruptor Flute. So they were gonna call Oko, which meant that I actually had to play the Oko there on that turn with the Hydroponics. I think I was just playing around a little bit too much. I think we could have definitely won had I been a little bit more proactive. Alright. I do quite like a Strip Mine. A Swamp. Into a Chrome Mox. Nether Goyf. Into a Baelmerk. Interesting. Interesting. Definitely not ideal time to be playing Temur when everybody's playing big creature go, you know? I would say definitely not the time to be playing any of that sort. I think I kind of need to like slow them down because I have nothing. 0 interactions. Zero interactions.
I'll shear the wool from your eyes and spin you. Let's broaden your existence.
Yeah, this doesn't look good. This definitely does not look good.
You fear your truth.
More big drops. It's a little bit tough, isn't it? I feel like I neutered this. Or should I make this into a 3/3?
Oh dear.
Just gonna have to find an answer to that Nether Goyf somehow. My only other Oko. Oh, Nether Goyf only affects their graveyard. I forgot about that.
I see you don't share my vision.
I don't need to crack this yet. Okay, apparently I am going to be cracking it. Blue, blue, green, green. I guess we leave the strip mines. Ooh. Hydroponics. Hydroponics. The thing is that the Belmerk is actually going to transform. You know? It's actually going to transform. Probably have to stifle this. That's a good card. So we grab a Scalding Tarn to draw a card. Let's see what it hit. It actually hit a Strip Mine twice. Draw 2 cards. Draw 2 cards. Wait a minute. And we also have a Flare of Denial here. All right. I guess no reason not to attack with the Uro now. I made a mistake. I should have played this first. My bad. My bad. So I can grab a Strip Mine with the Ren and 6 that draws me 2 cards? Are you kidding me? Okay, opponent takes it. Double Lightning Bolt. Alright, we somehow made it. We somehow made it. So, Graveyard Hate at the moment seems very, very good. I kind of want more Unlicensed Hearse, I'm gonna be honest with you. Uro was very, very good as well. So the Force of Vigor actually destroys both the Overlord and the Chrome Moxes. Kind of interesting. What do we get rid of? I mean, like, we can't get rid of Hydroponics. We can't get rid of Shield Bag and Tamio with the Flare of Denial, but we can't get rid of these either. And we need some mid-range as well. Maybe it's Stifle. Yeah, maybe it's Stifle. And Spell Pierce. Might have to actually cut a copy of a Brainstorm as well. So we do have a Flare of Denial, but not much else. Should I still take it? Since we have a Lightning Bolt? Early game Lightning Bolt has to be at least decent, right? It actually worked out. Chrome Mox. So I think I'm actually going to do this because they played a Strip Mine first, which usually means that they don't have a land in hand. Okay, I lied. It was an Ancient Tomb. Into a Grief. So I guess they played a Strip Mine first because they didn't have a black source. And they were banking on the Chrome Mox. I mean, I'll take it. I will take it. Five cars in the yard. I think I'm also going to take that. Okay, we drew a Force of Vigor. Okay. You gotta strip mine now. Or else, Uro's about to come out. Wow. I've never seen Uro this strong. Right? I've never seen Uro this strong. Oko. Oko. Okoko. I mean, I feel like at this point, I feel like the Force of Vigor doesn't matter, but I'm only doing it like this because they could have a flute.
The brambles of truth twirl and curl. Surely you see the humor here.
Yeah, I've never seen Uro this strong. Holy. Same with Oko, by the way. Wow, they're gonna block. Alright, GG's. Alright. Oh, we're playing against Riley. So we got a Chrome Mox. We have a pretty decent looking hand. I'm actually going to get rid of a Brainstorm. I know this doesn't let me play the Wary Zone Guard, but this is like the safest. Alright, so I'm gonna play this so I can play the Wary Zone Guard plus a Strip Mine next turn. Actually, I need this. Next turn is going to be absolutely brutal. Like, really brutal. All the land's gone. All the land's gone. It would be kind of crazy if they do have Ancient Tomb again, but they didn't. They didn't. Blowing up lands. Brainstorm? Oh, wow. Did I play a land this turn?
Revel with your king, wild and sovereign and free.
Wow, wow, wow. So we were playing against the show and tell deck. Brazen Bee. Brazen Bee. Disruptor Flutes. I think that's about it. Maybe a surgical. Just get all the lightning bolts out. It's gonna be completely useless. Same with the Uro. What about a Force of Vigor? Maybe. Maybe. I might actually cut Tamio and go. Okay. Kind of a mediocre hand. So I'm gonna pass up on that. I'll see. Okay, well, that's kind of bad. We're just dead. We are just dead. Seems like they have a Veil of Summer, maybe? Okay. So they didn't have anything else other than the Waterlock Teaching.
Every tale about me is absolute nonsense and absolutely true. Oh dear.
Oh, wow. I mean, isn't that insane? Oh man, that was a very close one. I'm not gonna lie. I was so sure that they had a flare a Veil of Summer because they floated the mana before with Carpet of Flowers. Alright, so having played the deck, I think the Ren and 6 was very sick. I think I could have definitely won that first match if I just played a little bit better, but I didn't. And I was playing around a little bit too much instead of being a little bit proactive with the Oko. Match 1, pretty sick game, despite the loss. And then match 2, and even match 1, we saw a little bit of a hydroponics action. It was very, very sick, by the way. The hydroponics hit like the strip mine like twice or something. So we were able to fetch a strip mine with the Scalding Tarn or Misty Rainforest. The card just draws so many cards. It's so insane. But what's more insane is if it does hit our fetch lands or the strip mine. So currently we are playing 12 copies of lands that end up in the graveyard, which means you can get it back with the Renin 6 that got hit by the hydroponics, which is absolutely insane. I will say, I feel like the deck might need like 1 or 2 fetch lands more, but the problem with that is this deck is playing Chrome Mox, right? With 8 copies of fetch lands and Ren and 6, and having only like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? We have 8 fetchable lands. Going up on the fetch lands might degrade the value of like Ren and 6. So I'm not really sure what to do about that, because the Chrome Mox is very broken with the Ren and 6, allowing you to play the Ren and 6 on turn 1, which means you can get back a land immediately. Lots to think about, right? Lots to think about here. We have a lot of good things going on, but I definitely think the deck can be a little bit more optimized. The Uro was insane today. It's just a one-off, you know, it's just a one-off, but it was insane today. Oko had a very, very good time. I had a very good time with the Oko as well. So I think this shell with the Flare of Denial is actually real. I think the hydroponics is actually real. There is currently a bug with the hydroponics architect at the moment. Even if you make one of your lands into a basic, it still gets hit by the Blood Moon and the Harbinger. Like, for example, if you play a breeding pool that got turned into a basic island, it's still going to become mountain, and that's a bug. Because, as you can see, so there's a very, very similar card called a Root Path Purifier, and there's actually a judge ruling that says lands that become basic are no longer non-basic lands. So it is just no longer a basic land. This may change what effects can apply to them. For example, if an opponent controls Blood Moon, an enchantment which says non-basic lands are mountain, and you have a Root Path Purifier on the battlefield, Blood Moon can no longer apply to the lands that you control because they're all basics. And here's another one, Rule 205.4 about the basic. Any land with the super type basic is a basic land. Any land that doesn't have the super type is a non-basic land, which means if a land is a basic, it is no longer a non-basic. So if you play your breeding pool against a Blood Moon, but it was converted as into a basic island with the hydroponics architect, it is no longer a non-basic card. So when it comes down on the battlefield, it should be able to still tap for a blue mana or green. So this is completely a bug. And what's really funny is half of the ability actually works when this land enters, draw a card. This could be because of the layer 6 adding in additional ability to a card. So that is going through like the Harbinger or the Blood Moon effect. But somehow the Blood Moon effect and the Harbinger isn't looking at the fact that this is now a basic island. It is still treating this card as a non-basic card, which is what's wrong with this card at the moment. So there's a bug. Funny enough, this is an insect, so insect producing a bug. Maybe they did that on purpose. Super sick deck. Ren and 6 being able to get back one of our fetch lands here that got hit by the hydroponics architect. I think this card is very real. You know, having more 1-mana cards is really good because of Flare of Denial. And compared to something like Agent of Raffine, even though this card was okay, the problem with this card was that you had to spend mana. That was the problem compared to something like Hydroponics Architect. You don't have to spend any mana. As for the sideboard, so I kind of expected a lot of people to bring some affinity decks. So I did have 2 copies of Meltdown, but maybe if there aren't too many affinity decks in the ladder, maybe we can cut down to like 1 or 0. If I want to add like 1 more way of destroying artifacts or enchantments, maybe we want to take a look at something like Nature's Claim, right? We can add a copy of a Nature's Claim, and we have to go down on card. I think it has to be Meltdown. And thinking about it, I kind of want another Graveyard Hate. And because we already have a Hearse, maybe we can work with the Ghost Vacuum. So we have a Ghost Vacuum and Unlicensed Hearse. Now we have to cut another card. I'm kind of hesitant to cut the Stern Scolding because it's so broken versus energy. All right, Stern Scolding, you have to go. And Brazen Bee comes out, boom. So yeah, that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.